Because a person who understands life and cherishes life don't play with people's life. A person who understands life and who is in tune with life and who loves life do not play games with people's lives. So if you see somebody playing games with your heart, with your life, understand it's not you that has the problem, it's them.
Conscious reality.
Well, greetings, namaste. Welcome back to Conscious Reality, where we speak about the good things, love, relationships, and spirituality. We speak about the bad things too. And many people don't like when I speak about the things that happens, even though it sounds bad, but sometimes bad things happen to make a way for the good things. And sometimes it sounds bad, but it's not really bad. Everything that sounds bad is not a bad thing. Sometimes we must recognize the bad so that we can be driven or directed to the good. You know what I'm saying? We must recognize the wrong so that we can know where to go towards the right. So don't think that what I speak of is bad or good. I just speak a reality that some people just don't think about. So I get questions all the time in my inbox, in my IG inbox, or on my TikTok inbox, or my Facebook inbox. I get all these DMs, and I appreciate it because it's great for content, especially in the field that I do. I do content based on spirituality, this awakening, this amazing experience that we experience. And I get questions on relationships, especially because everybody is facing relationship issues. Well, a lot of people, but not issues, but questions. The question that I got today was this: how do I stop the hurt when I've given that person all I can? I give them my best. I've given them my best. How do I stop the hurt knowing that they did you wrong? And it's a great question. And I want us to think about it in a different angle. The truth is this right here. Number one, there's a couple things. And pardon me anyways, I'm coming to you from outside my hotel, where I'm staying for a few more days. The question, so one part of the question is this, right? One part of the answer is this. Number one, people really treat you the way how they feel about you. And we have to remember, when we see that our presence is not honored, is not respected, when we see our presence is not appreciated, we must understand in that moment, we must either leave or figure out why we are drawn to that energy. But we must, if we stay around that energy, it's going to drain us. If we stay around that vibration of not being respected, not being appreciated, it drains us and it pulls us. We begin to not appreciate ourselves anymore. We begin to question our own value. We begin to question who we are. We begin to question why. We begin to suffer in silence. We begin to neglect ourselves because we begin to try to prove a point. See, we begin to try to give more so that we become appreciated. Listen, when somebody don't appreciate you, doing more that they already don't appreciate, don't make them love you. Let me say that again. When somebody don't love you, right? When somebody don't appreciate you, when somebody don't love you, giving more of what they don't already appreciate does not make them love you even more. So you got to be careful. We got to be careful and we got to be aware. A lot of us try harder. And as we try harder, we stay longer because we try to be relevant. See, many of us, the truth is many of us are used to people that we got to push, that we got to help, that we got to motivate, that we got to encourage. So that becomes our norm. And then we begin to call ourselves, I'm an empath. Listen, I can feel people's pain, so I help. Listen, you can feel people's pain and help, but they become your patient, not your intimate partner. You see, when you go to a doctor, right? When you go to a doctor, the doctor helps the patient. He doesn't sleep with them. You see what I'm saying? I think we just used to stray people coming to us for healing and stuff. When we see we are not respected, when we are not honored, when we are not appreciated, we don't stay. That means that place is not, conducive to our growth, to our health, to our happiness, or our peace. It's not. It's going to be a danger zone. It's going to be a place where we are destroyed. So we have to remember that. The second thing is this right here. People treat us according to how they feel on the inside. Listen, no matter what you do, no matter what you give, no matter how much you encourage them, no matter how much you give your all to them, people will treat you according to how they feel on the inside. Listen, people have stuff going on the inside. People have stuff going on the inside. They have stuff going on you don't know about. They have trauma from childhood. They have the way how they see themselves, the self-image. They have a bunch of thoughts, feelings going on in there. And no matter what you do not change that. So people will treat you according to that. Listen, when somebody don't love themselves, oftentimes, when somebody don't love themselves, respect themselves, when somebody's not disciplined, you're not going to help them. They're not going to love you. They're not going to respect you. They're not going to honor you because they cannot. They don't have it in them. They are trying to survive. See, when people are in survival mode, they survive. You don't need love to survive. You don't need peace to survive. Survival is food, sex, clothing, and shelter. That's what survival is. So therefore, that's what they want from you. That's what they're going to come to you for. And you're going to give them all you can, but it's not enough. You can't make people love you. Love is an internal thing. Love is a natural thing that happens. Love is something that happens within each person. And you can't bring that out of some people because some people just they didn't see it that way. They don't grow up that way. They're not in that, they're in the survival mode. They are fighting things. They are fighting demons. They are experiencing their karma. We don't know. So that's why, listen, this is why we meet people all the time. This is why we meet people all the time who we choose. And every time we choose wrong. Let me tell you why we choose wrong. Another reason why we choose wrong, we choose these people. And it's not about choosing wrong or right, because I don't believe in wrong or right. Again, that's me. But one of the reasons why we choose these people, I was talking to the same person who asked me this question. And she said, why did you choose that person? And continue to choose them, even though you see what they were doing. Before I go into that, let me tell you this. If you date somebody for 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, and you see them things starting to happen, you see somebody's true colors, you don't owe the person a longer stay. You owe the person your absence. See, some of you all be, well, I'm in here now. It's been 6 months now. I should stay. No, don't do that. You don't have to choose to stay even though you see abuse and disrespect. Don't be loyal to a person. Be loyal to your happiness and your peace, your respect. Be loyal to your presence. Be loyal to your creator because the creator needs greatness from you. You see what I'm saying? But check this out though. So I asked her, why do you choose that person? She said, well, because we had chemistry. Let me tell you about this chemistry that we don't understand. This chemistry is serious. This chemistry stuff, we don't understand what it is. This chemistry is them strong feelings that we have when we meet somebody. And we don't even know what's talking. We don't even know what chemistry really is. You know what chemistry is? Chemistry is created by a bunch of energy. Energy attract energy. Like attract like. And sometimes that chemistry is low vibrational. When the chemistry is low vibrational, you know, like those empty barrels make the most noise. Those empty people speak the loudest. Those people who don't have any creativity. Them people who are just angry and bitter, they make the most noise. Well, listen, do you see this chemistry? This chemistry that's the lower vibration, they create the most noise. That strongest attraction, that strongest feeling, because it's energy. It's loud. You see, love and peace, somebody who is peaceful, the energy that you're going to feel, that chemistry that you're going to feel is this calmness, this calm vibe. A vibe that allows you to be yourself. You're not nervous, you're not anxious, you're not scared, you're not excited, you're not jumping, because that right there will calm down. That right there will drop you. It's like a pre-workout. See, when you go for the pre-workout chemistry, the one that takes you up, guess what? It's going to drop you because it gets boring. It stops. It comes to a pause. There's no more up. There's no more up tomorrow or next year. It's just down. And when it goes down, it drops you so hard because you land on your face. One thing about chemistry, when you carry all this chemistry about anxiety, especially when you carry anxiety, depression, when you have all those feelings. See, a lot of us deal with feelings. A lot of us are focused on feelings, not facts. Not compatibility, but feelings. And that's why we get in trouble with this chemistry, because the chemistry feels good. And we don't even know why. A lot of people suffer from a whole bunch of crap. And when you carry similar vibrations as they are, the chemistry is stronger. Listen, some of us, our chemistry is based on trauma. Some of us are attracted based on trauma. well, he being through it and I being through it, and it was just a chemistry, we understood each other. It doesn't mean that it's going to work. It just means trauma sees trauma. It means like sees like, and like attracts like. It doesn't mean that it's healthy. It means that there's a feeling there. Listen, when it comes to these feelings, I want us to understand this. Feelings are records of the past. Can we repeat that? Feelings are records of the past. The reason why we feel in this way is because the feeling reminds us something in that person, an energy that we probably don't know, maybe unconsciously, it reminds us of another person or another time. This is why I said this right here. Now, this is something that we don't really notice until maybe it's too late. You see, a woman who has an abusive father, a father who was absent, or who was absent, a father who abused her or left her. A man just like a father will create in her the strongest chemistry. Why? Because the energy feels familiar. Whether it's conscious or unconscious, that's why those women are drawn to those father figures, those men who just like their fathers, because the chemistry is stronger and we don't know why. But everybody does me like, everybody do me like my father did. Everybody leaves me because the feeling is familiar. Remember, feelings are past experience that we feel again. See, when we feel this again, like for instance, do you notice you might recognize somebody might look familiar like somebody that you knew. Somebody might smell familiar to somebody that you once loved. Somebody might feel familiar to someone that you once knew or someone that you once loved. And when you have that person who is familiar, naturally you are drawn to them. Naturally you are attracted to them easily. Because why? The feeling comes back. It's a memory. So when you experience something in your life, a lot of times we are drawn to the chemistry because we think the chemistry means it's real. No, it doesn't. I want you to understand, when you meet somebody of quality, somebody who's at peace with themselves, somebody who is in love with themselves, talking about in the frequency of love, self-love, self-care, self-awareness, that person, his or her energy is calm. They don't have all this stuff climbing to the top and want to be loud and seen and relevant. This stuff is calm and peaceful. When you come around that person, you will feel so peaceful. You won't feel this loud chemistry always so strong. Sometimes you might even confuse what you feel as boredom. You might even think, that person is boring. That person is too quiet. That person, and I ain't talking about the ones who quiet is always the good ones. I'm talking about the energy, not their mouths, the energy. When you come around the energy, many of us who are still not healed won't even recognize the energy. A lot of us who are not healed, chemistry is what speaks for you. Listen, let compatibility speak for you. Let what you know speak for you. Let the facts speak for you. Your job is to observe. Observe. Not to ask people to change, not to tell them what you don't like or what you like in the first 3 or 4 months. It's to observe. Look and see what they're doing. Look and see what they're doing so that you will know what they rather do so that you can make your decisions. In the first 3, 4, 5 months, you pay attention to what they are doing. That's all. You pay attention to when you come around them, how your vibration feels, how your body is experiencing them, how your spirit experiences them. And if you find people that make you feel all this thing, understand what is talking within me, what is speaking, who is speaking, what energy is speaking within me. What am I experiencing? What do you carry that makes me feel all these high vibrations? Because I'm telling you, when you start to feel them high vibration in the beginning, it doesn't last. If you think about it, those folks that you have all this, or that you had all this chemistry with, all them high chemistry, them sexual tension and sexual energy and all this strong stuff in the beginning, how did it end? I bet it ended even worse. I bet it ended in pain, didn't it? Ended in bitterness, grudges, somebody blocking somebody. You hate that person hates you, because it was a lack of healing a lot of times. Don't trust the chemistry. The chemistry is only used as a memory from something that you once experienced or once knew. Remember, your feelings are records of the past. It's how our bodies and our spirit use to attract each other. It's used for reproduction. for procreation. It's not used for marriage. It's two different things. When it's time to marry, when it's time to be serious, right? It's time to see, can I spend my life with this person? Can I be calm around this person? Can I be myself? When you meet somebody who is at peace, you're going to realize that you feel more of yourself around this person. You feel better being yourself. You ain't got to fake, you ain't got to lie, you ain't got to feel uncomfortable. You feel more of you and you will be happy. As a matter of fact, a person who promotes that happiness or that peace and within themselves is going to make you love yourself even more. It's going to make you feel more calm. It's going to make you feel like you don't have to question yourself. It's going to make you feel like you accept yourself even more. Because that's a different type of energy. That's a self-growth promoting energy. Somebody who has that other type of chemistry, you gotta be careful. So back to the first question. The first question was, how do you heal? How do you heal from when you give a person your all and that person did you wrong? Understand, it's okay. The pain is gonna be there. The hurt is gonna be there, right? But understand this, that person was feeling how he felt or she felt. That person was experiencing their own self. That person was suffering their own self. It was not about you. Most of the time, it's not even about you. It's not even about you why they treated you that way. It's about them. They are just reflecting on the outside what they feel on the inside. People treat you how they feel about themselves. Don't take it personal. Matter of fact, a lot of people don't even love themselves and you expect them to love you. You think that you are more special than them. How come you don't love me? Listen, check this out. If you ever go to a hospital, if you look in those operation room and see a doctor playing on life support with a patient, unplugging their stuff and plugging it in and plugging it in, that means who you think has the problems? The patient or the doctor? Maybe the doctor. Because a person who understands life and cherishes life don't play with people's life. A person who understands life and who is in tune with life and who loves life do not play games with people's lives. So if you see somebody playing games with your heart, with your life, understand it's not you that has the problem, it's them. But however, you have a problem too because you are seeing them play with your life and you still stay. You're still making a decision to say, I see you play with my life. I see I'm not happy. I'm not at peace. You're doing stupid things. I have to keep questioning you and keep following you and keep chasing you. Something is off. So you have to take responsibility too so that you won't fall into the trap again. But understand, you have issues too. But a person who plays with people's lives ain't at peace. So you can't take it personal. You got to see and recognize what they are doing. You have to recognize what people are doing. Recognize because what they are doing on the outside is only a reflection of what they are on the inside. When people don't love you, but this is when you need to recognize this pattern in your life so that you will stop making decisions based on feelings. You got to make decisions based on truth, understanding, and facts. When you learn to do this, you're going to stop meeting all these crazy people and stop making excuses talking about you're an empath, it's because you're an empath, it's because this, is because it's not those reasons. Whether you're an empath or not is not the point. The point is you are making stupid decisions. You got to use discernment. You got to use common sense. You got to use your thoughts, not your feelings. Don't allow your feelings to decide for you. So listen, I hope this helped you. I hope I made some sense. Listen, I don't expect you to agree with everything I say. That's okay. I'm speaking from a place of what I've been studying for the past 9 years, what I've been doing, what I've been practicing, and I know it's worked for many of my clients. So I'm saying, think about what I'm saying. Think about what you're doing. Think about if it makes sense. And let me know in the comments what you think. You all have a beautiful day. Thank you for listening. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to like. Okay, don't forget to comment. This sends this algorithm to many more people who wants to know this information. And, I bring more information like this if I see people are more, into this type of conversations. So let me know in the comment section about what you think, all right? You all have a beautiful day. Blessing.